SN Networking Training, Routing Lab 3. In this episode, we will show you how to set up a networking lab for free using Gns3 in 7 minutes. Alright, so if you have been following our videos from the start to this point, you realize that we have all of this lab, we were working on a live device. Some people are sending me comments that they need to practicalize what they are learning, but they don't have the environment. That means they don't have the live device, and then it's very difficult sometimes to get these devices because they are very expensive. And then I thought that it's very necessary to have them practice what they learn to get the skills. So to do that, I'm going to show you on how to use Gns3, which is a free software that you can use to practicalize all of your routing and most of your switching labs that you want to do. Proceed. Let's create our first project. I'll call this Gns3 tutorial, and I click OK. So here I will come to routers or devices and select my router, Cisco 7200 series router, and I will select another one, click and drag and drop. So I'll cross these things and move it a little bit up. Okay, and I'll choose a connection here and connect this router R1 on G1/0 and an R2 on G0/2/0. Okay, the connection is done. I will click this X to release the cable connection, and I will expand that a little bit. So now you can see this device on the status of red. That means I are currently powered off. So I need to power them off by right clicking on each device, click on start button, or I can click on this start button and make sure that all of them starts at the same time. So here you can see everything is green and everything is working good. So the next thing is to launch the console on R1. So I can do that by right clicking on the device and select console here, or I can click on this symbol to launch the console for both R1 and R2. Good. So you can see the console is launched for both R1 and R2, and now you can see that we now have configuration access to these devices. So I can raise these devices up if I want to use this scroll bar a little bit, and then the console now is disappeared. Double click on this router, and then the console will have it back. Okay, so we have our console. So we have our console bar, and now I also want to display this name of these interfaces on R1 and R2. So to do that, I'll just click on these icons and drag that a little bit upwards. So if I want them to disappear, I can just click it again. Okay, so our console is there. Now I will configure my first device as R1s. Okay, I'll just press enter there, click inside and press enter. Now you can see we are landing on the privilege exit mode. So if I want, I can configure an IP address for this interface on R1. That's interface gigabit 1/0, IP address 10.0.0.1/24. Okay, we have a mistake there. 10.0.0.1/24. Press enter and enable the interface with the command no shutdown. Okay, and there I'll go to the other device, R2. Okay, click inside there, press enter, go to global configuration mode, interface G2/0, IP address 10.0.0.2, because here on R1 we use what 10.0.0.1. Okay, so the other side we're going to use 10.0.0.2 and the same subnet mask to make sure that they are in the same subnet. Okay, and no shutdown to enable the interface. So I will go to privilege exit mode and test this connectivity with the ping command. Ping the other end 10.0.0.1. Since this router is having 10.0.0.2, so I will ping the other device on this IP, which is 10.0.0.1, and press enter. So now ICMP protocol will be used to test there is communication between R2 and R1, and now you can see the success rate was 80%. That means there is communication. 5 packets were sent, and then only 4 was received. So one was lost due to app request. So if I do the ping again, we expect to see 100%. Good. So that means we have used Gns3 to connect two routers and configure them IP and test connectivity is fine. So I can also do other configuration like configure enable secure password. Note that if I exit one more time, right now I'm in privilege exit mode. So if I go back one step to the user mode, okay, I am not requested to provide any password coming to privilege exam, which is dangerous. So here we can do fix that by going to global configuration mode and enable, set the enable secure password to Cisco at 123. Bam, and exit. Now we test that this is working. Okay, now if you want to come back, well, provide password Cisco at 123. Good. So here you see any configuration that is possible with the live device, you can do it with Gns3 because Gns3 use a live iOS that is used in the live device. So you can see, I will show you how to set this up in no time. I can also copy my configurations, copy run, startup config, and press enter, confirm that, confirm again. Good. So we can exit by closing these ones, and we can power off the entire device, and we close. You are going to be prompted to save our project so the next time you can open it. Okay, so now to install Gns3, we open our web browser and we go to gns3.com. So here we click on the free download button, and note that we are prompted to sign up or we log in with our account if you already have an existing account with Gns3. And this registrations is free, so don't worry if you don't have an account with Gns3. Just click here and create an account after filling in all the details that are required here. So I already have an account. I'll go to the login button and put in my account name followed by my password, and now click on the login and continue button. So note that I have successfully logged in, and now I am prompted to download Gns3 for Windows. If you are a Windows user, Gns3 for Mac. If you are a Mac user, and Gns3 for Linux. So I want to download Gns3 for Windows. I will click on the download button on the Windows, and then the download will start automatically. The download has completed. So we simply launch the installer by double clicking on the downloaded file, and we can minimize this. I will click again, and I agree to the license agreement and click next. I'll choose the default here, Gns3 for desktop. Click next. I'll leave it at the default installation directory. Click next. So now yes, Gns3 is installing. It's going to install Gns3 alongside with all required softwares or applications that will make Gns3 to work. You know, one of them is like WireStack, and another one npcap. Okay, so here WinPcap 4.1.3 setup visa, we just say next. So we install it, agreed, install, finish. Okay, license, I agree. Installation options, I'll just leave it at the default and say installed. That's for npcap. Installation completed for npcap, so I'll click next and finish. The installation will take some time. As you can see, it's given an estimate of 9 minutes, so we will fast forward this video. The setup was successfully completed, so now we click next to finish. Would you like to get licensed? I don't want. I'll just say no for now. Click next. Okay, and here you can see completing setup. And now, do you want to start Gns3? Now I'll click finish. So Gns3 will start automatically. Okay, Gns3 has started, and now it has launched us to the setup wizard here. Okay, so here you can see some options. Do you want to run Gns3 apply on the virtual machines? And it's required to download and install Gns3 virtual machines. Like it's also available for free. You can go for it for now. It is also, or do you want to run applications on my local computer? Okay, a limited number of applications like Cisco IS version 72, Cisco IS version 7200 series, and and then lower version will only be allowed in this mode. So you can see less than or equal to C727200. So for now, let's go with this second option and click next. Okay, so good. So here we are prompted to local server configurations. Okay, we're using this port 3080 TCP, so leave it at default and click next. No changes is required here, and then it's a connection to the local server was successful. I will click next. Okay, I will click finish. This is for routers. Okay, and you have your end devices here as your virtual PCs, frame relay, your Ethernet switch, okay, and then cloud, and so on and so forth. So, but before we do anything, I need to add some iOS. So to do that, I will go to Edit and Preferences, okay, and under iOS routers here, add a new iOS. Okay, so browse the iOS. So note that I have some iOS here, and then I am in a folder called iOS in my download folder. So these iOS, you can get them for free if you want. You can download from the internet, or I will provide a download link in this video or below the descriptions of this video. So I'll choose Cisco 7200 and open. Just say yes to default, no worries, and click next. Okay, so that's the iOS name and that's the platform. So chassis, I'll leave it at default and click next. So the default that is given to my router will be 512 megabytes, 512 MB. So if you want, you can add more RAMs, like to 1024 if you have more resources. It depends on how much RAMs you have available in your computer. So for now, I will just leave it at the default, that's 512, and click next. Okay, so here you can add in some interfaces. Like you are given the empty modules, you can add them interfaces so that you don't have to be adding every time you are configuring or setting up a new topology. So I will add in some new interfaces. This is gigabit interfaces. I will add one here, another one, two, and this is these are serial interfaces. I will add one. Okay, add another gigabit, so that anytime I select this device, it's going to come with this defaults, this interface by default, and I will add some OC3 interfaces and maybe one fast Ethernet interface, two fast interfaces, and click next. Okay, so idle PC, this will help you to minimize the loads in your computer. So I can calculate it by clicking on this, or just click finish and choose the defaults. So I will click calculate idle PC. Calculation of idle PC is ongoing. So now I have this value. I just click OK. So this is my idle PC for my future projects. Unless I have to do new calculation, it's going to adopt this one. So I'll click finish, and I'll apply that and click OK. So I'll close this, open Gns3 again, double click on the shortcut. Okay, so here I'm prompted to create a new project, or if you want, I can open up an existing project from my computer. So I'll just give it a name, project name, and know that the default location of our project should be on C:users, my username, and then Gns3, and a project's name called project folder called project. So if you want, you can choose it by browsing and choose save it wherever you want to save it in your computer by click on this button. So, but I will just leave it at the default and give my project a new name, and I can say my first project, and click OK. Good. So our project is created. So now I can drag and drop devices here. Let's say I want to drag and drop a router. I can drag another router if I want. Okay, and then I can come here and select a connector and then connect interfaces by selecting on the interface. These are the interfaces that we set. Let's say I want to configure this one, gigabit 0, 1/0, and then connect to the other one on G1/0, or if I want, I can say G2/0.